Police say timing is everything, especially when you're trying to get away with a crime. Unfortunately, for a pair of suspected thieves, a snowstorm became their worst enemy. 19's Noelle Williams has the story.
Two thieves probably thought the most recent snowstorm was the perfect time to break into and steal from Johnny K's in Elyria, but what they didn't think of was an escape plan. Police say their own footprints led them straight to jail. It was footprints in the snow that led Elyria Police to Alan Rodriguez Feliciano and Jean Vasquez Idlanda on Thursday. Police believe they stole two dirt bikes from Johnny K's Power Sports. The 21-year-olds are facing several charges. That includes felony theft charges.
You got a lot of stupid people. That's just stupid.
Well, I don't think they thought out the whole plan very well.
I spoke with people who live and shop in Elyria, frustrated by yet another theft in their community. But this time, the officers had help. Police were called to the break-in just after 4:15 Thursday morning. That's where officers found shattered glass and footprints in the snow. They followed the footprints from the store through this wooded area. The stolen bikes were found abandoned there, but the trail did not end. Footprints in the snow continued to an apartment on West River Road North. That's where both suspects were found hiding under a staircase. Rodriguez Feliciano admitted to doing the theft with Vasquez Idlanda. Both men were arrested, taken to jail, and have since been arraigned.
That's where they belong. Good. That's good. Maybe the rest of the businesses will be safe.
I reached out to Johnny K's, but waiting to hear back. Police tell 19 News that the dirt bikes were recovered and have since been returned back to Johnny K's. In Elyria, Noelle Williams, 19 News.